Hello, this is Adolf. Welcome to the video lecture series on the course of building construction. So this is the lecture number 6 in the unit number 3, and it is the part 4 in the brick masonry. In this video, we are going to see about what are the comparison between brick and stone masonry, what are the tools and plans used in brick masonry, and what is about hollow concrete block masonry. So these three topics we are going to cover in this video lecture. First, we start with the comparison between brick and stone masonry. So brick masonries are of uniform shape and size, whereas the stone masonries are not uniform in shape and size. Brick masonries are light in weight, but stone masonries are heavy in weight. The bricks do not require any dressing, whereas stone requires a dressing. Bricks are easily available. Stones are not easily available. We have to quarry them from the mountain, and we have to dress. So this is a little complicated process. So stones are not easily available as bricks. The lying is easy than stone masonry. If you compare the brick masonry, lying of brick is easy than the stone masonry. But the stone lying in the stone masonry is not easy. It is a very tough one. In brickwork, mortar joints are thin, but in stonework, mortar joints are thick. They are not thin, it is a thick mortar joints. Brick masonries are less watertight, whereas stone masonry provides a better water tightness when compared with the brick masonry. Brick masonries are good fire resistance than stone. Stone, they are not good fire resistance when we compared with the brickwork. The cost of construction of brickwork is less. The cost of construction of stonework is more. But brick, it is not much strong, whereas stone masonry much stronger than the brickwork. The minimum thickness of wall in brick masonry can be 10 centimeter, whereas the minimum thickness of wall can be 35 centimeter in the stone masonry. So these are the comparisons between brick and the stone masonry. Next heading is tools and plans in brick masonry. The first tool is trowel. So the trowel is a triangular shaped tool. So see in the diagram, it is a triangle shaped tool. So what is the use of this triangular shaped tool is to pick up mortar from a board, and once it is picked up, it to place and spread the mortar into the brick or sets of brick. We can use this uh, trowel, and to secure a brick into a mortar by tapping. So these are the uses of trowel in the brick masonry. The size of the trowel can vary, and it can reach us up to 11 inches in length and 8 inches in width. Mostly, the masons are preferred to use short and wide trowels, since they do not put excessive stress on the wrist, so that they will use short and wide trowels. Second one is chisels. These chisels are used to cut the brick into specified sizes. There are wide ranges of chisels available from 2.5 to 4.5 inches. That diagram shows the different shapes of the chisels are available. Third tool is hammer. Hammer or a masonry hammer, it will have a square face on one end. It is used for breaking, and it has a sharp end on the other for cutting. So one end square for breaking, another one and a sharp end for cutting. This also used to split hard bricks. Sometimes it will also used to split the hard bricks. So this is the use of the hammer in the brick masonry. Next is jointer. A jointer is used to make mortar joints. So these are the various type of joints: flat joint, point joint, and rounded joints. This main function is to make mortar joints in the brick masonry. Next is a square. A square is a tool. It is used when constructing and measuring right angles and for corner layouts. So if you want to constructing and measuring the right angles as well as the corner of the layout, we will use this square. These squares are usually made up of metal because of its durability. So if you're making in plastic or it making in any other brittle material, it will break easily. That's why we are making square metal for durability. The sixth tool is mason's level. So these are the mason's level. A mason level is used when we have to establish a vertical or plumb lines and horizontal or level lines. If you want to establish, if you want to create a vertical line and a horizontal line in a brick wall, we will use the mason's level. These mason's levels are made up of wood, metal, or the combination of wood and metal, and they come equipped with single or double vial. So double vial, single or double vial, this is a vial. Yeah? This part is a vial. So it consists of a liquid. It is a small glass mold. It consists some liquid. Mostly we have spirit levels. So this is a vial. The mason is preferred by more masons. Mason level is preferred by more masons since they can be used for both horizontal and vertical measurements. So this level many masons are preferring, because in this one level we can measure the both horizontal as well as the vertical levels. The seventh one is straight edge. So this straight edge is act as an extensor to mason levels. So it will act as a extend to the mason levels. They are used when levels are shorter than the area needs to be measured. So if you want to measure a larger area but your mason level is very shorter, then we will use this straight edge. The width of this tool ranges from 1 by 8 to 1 by 2 inches, and it can be long as 16 feet. This is the function of straight edge. The eighth and the last tool is plumber. This plumber is also called as plumber. So it is a weight usually with a pointed tip on the bottom. So it is a pointed tip on the bottom suspended from a string. See here, it is suspended from a string. It is used as a vertical reference line or a plumb line in the wall. This plumb bob is used to check the verticality of the wall. So if you want to check the verticality of the wall, we will go with the plumb bob. So these are the tools and the plans are used in the brick masonry. The last topic in this video lecture is hollow concrete block masonry. So most of them we have seen these hollow blocks in our day-to-day life. Most nowadays we are constructing many buildings using these hollow blocks. So it will have a central hollow gap. That's why it is called as hollow concrete block masonry. So hollow concrete block is a large rectangular block used in the construction. It is made up of Portland cement and aggregate. This aggregate usually sand and fine gravel for high density blocks. This cement concrete is widely used for the construction of the purpose due to its various advantages over the other building material. These hollow concrete units are manufactured from lightweight aggregates. So they can be used for load bearing as well as non-load bearing walls. The concrete blocks are molded in machine in the various standard size as follows. Standard size of hollow concrete block is 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 30 centimeter. It is the standard size of hollow concrete blocks. And if you are using hollow building tile, not a block, it is a tile, then its size is 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 20 centimeter. Height or thickness is reduced. If you are using the same hollow concrete block for partition, then thickness is reduced very much from the standard size, that is 39 centimeter by 19 centimeter by 10 centimeter. Only in the three standard size, the thickness only varies, not the length and breadth. What is the construction method of hollow concrete brick masonry? There are four operations for this construction of hollow brick masonry. First one is mixing, second one is molding, third one is glazing, and fourth one is curing. So let's see them one by one. The first is mixing. So in the mixing, so how we are going to the uh, mix the materials to make the hollow brick masonry. So in the mixing, cement and aggregate are mixed properly. So the ratio of the cement and aggregate should not less than 1:6. So if you use 1 pot of cement, 1 pot of cement, we have to use 6 pot of aggregate. We should not use less than 1:6 ratio. So in aggregate ratio, the ratio of fine aggregate and coarse aggregate is 6:4. So in a 6:4 means we have to use fine aggregate 6 pot means coarse aggregate 4 pots. The size of the coarse aggregate is 6 to 12 mm only we have to use. If it is less than 12 mm, we can't use it in the manufacturing of hollow brick masonry. Before adding water, the cement and the aggregate should be mixed properly with the help of spade. Then we have to we have to add the water into this mix this ingredient, and we have to properly mix it. And we have to mix it to the uh, up to the making them into the paste form. This process is continued till homogeneous mass is obtained. The second one is molding. So after mixing is over, so after mixing is over, the concrete paste comes under the next operation, that is called molding. So molding is done by hand casting or machine casting. So machine casting is preferable because it provides better finish. So see in the picture, so this machine giving a molding and placing the hollow blocks. Okay. Third is placing. After molding, concrete paste and taking out of the mold, and it is placed gently under shade. without a disturbance of 24 hours. We do not disturb this uh, mold for 24 hours. We have to keep them in the shade. After placing, we have to cure the hollow blocks. So after 24 hours, concrete blocks are choked or immersed into water for a period of 1 week. So 1 week, it's a period for curing. Sometimes the curing is also done by pipes. The compressive strength of these blocks are 30 Newton per mm square after 28 days. So this is the compressive strength of the uh, hollow concrete blocks. So where these hollow blocks are used? These hollow blocks are generally used when the construction is required to be rapid, because these blocks lengths are more than the size of the bricks and stones, so it requires less joint. So if you want your construction to be finished quickly, we can go with the hollow concrete blocks. And the second is when the construction is required to be economical. So if you want your construction to be in very economical, then hollow blocks are used because it requires less mortar than the stone and bricks. Third one is when the bearing capacity of the soil is low, then hollow bricks are used because these hollow bricks are light in weight and it transfers less amount of load to the soil when it compared with the bricks or stone. So these three areas we will use the hollow blocks. What are the advantages of hollow concrete block masonry? The durability and capacity to resist wear during handling is more when we compared with the brick and stone. The concrete block walls are stronger than brick or stone wall. And this concrete block wall saves binding material. It also saves the cost of labor. It has a great resistance to fire and insects, a resistance to atmospheric influences because concrete blocks are harder and denser than the bricks. A plastering can be eliminated because concrete blocks have some color as cement plaster have. So same color. So concrete blocks will have the same color of the cement. So we can eliminate the plastering work. The wall constructed with hollow blocks produce great insulation against heat, damp and sound. And these blocks also advantageous for supplying wire and pipelines. So these are the advantages of the hollow concrete block masonry. So in this video, first we start with the comparison between brick masonry and stone masonry. Then we saw the what are the tools and plans are used in the brick masonry, and finally we saw the hollow concrete block masonry. Hollow concrete block masonry, we saw how we are producing the hollow brick masonry. So where we are going to use the hollow bricks, what are the advantages of the hollow brick masonry. So these topics are covered in this video. Thank you.